As in everything in life, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. This is especially true for business credit cards. Let's see why. Hi guys and welcome to the channel. If this is your first time to the channel, we're talking about credit cards, points, finances, and travel. If this is something that interests you, please like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Every like, every subscribe really does help me to continue doing these videos, doing all this research so you don't have to. Thank you. With all the very high sign-up bonuses that business credit cards offer lately, it's not hard to imagine somebody trying to apply in one of those instead of a personal credit card. One of my favorite professors at the university on my bachelor's, she was an architect, was telling me that in life, the only correct answer is it depends. When it comes to business credit cards, is it the right thing for you? The answer is it depends. But we won't just leave it this way. So we will crunch some numbers as usual and we'll get back to it to wrap it up. So the first example we have here is the American Express Platinum. We compare the personal with the business. We see that the sign-up bonus is on the personal side is at 100,000 after spending 6,000 in 6 months. I have seen 125,000, and I know that a guy from work told me that he was offered 150,000. The credits are great. We're not gonna go very into detail with all these, but the usual suspects: 179,000 on Clear, 200 on hotels, 240 on digital entertainment, $300 on Equinox, that's zero, 200 on Uber, 200 on travel, $100 on Saks Fifth Avenue, 100 on TSA Pre. Memberships, we're talking Marriott and Hilton Gold. Status with Hertz, National, Emerald, Avis, lounge access, almost every lounge access there is. The multipliers, 10x on restaurants worldwide for the first year, 5x on hotels, travel through the Amex portal or directly with the airliners. Let's not get into the actual numbers, just the ROS is what is important here in my opinion. It's 52%. This is just incredible, 52% return. On the second year and every year after, we have all the same basically credits except for the TSA Pre that you only get once every 4 or 5 years. The memberships, the lounge, everything is the same. The multipliers, we don't have the 10x on the restaurants. We only have the 5x on travel and the 1x on everything else. So we're looking at about 15%. Now, the current offer for the business side of the Platinum is 130,000. I got an offer in the mail for 150,000. But then I saw the 15,000 in 3 months. That's the requirement to hit the minimum spend. So I said, oh, no way, Jose. 150,000 is a great offer, but I cannot hit 15,000 in 3 months. So they are asking basically almost 3 times more in half the time than the personal, only to get 30% more in points. So immediately we see a difference. The credits are very different than in the personal side. We have the 179 on Clear, 200 on Dell, and that's 100 in the first 6 months and 100 on the second month. So unless you buy Dell products every 6 months, that's up to you. There's a 35% airline return. So when you book directly with the airline, you get 35% points back. $200 travel credit, $100 TSA Pre. So we see immediately that the list is much shorter than the personal side. We're looking the same exact memberships and lounge access with the personal. And we are looking at the multipliers only that 5x on travel and 1x on everything else. Now you get 1.5 boost on purchases over $5,000. The ROS, 24%. That is less than half. It's less than half than the personal. On the second year, we see that, okay, we don't have sign-up bonus, obviously. We don't have the TSA pre, so this credit list is becoming even shorter. Everything else is the same. Only 8% return on the second year. Now, I say only 8% is not bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. 8% there. This is better than most other credit cards. But yeah, I mean, compare that to the 15%, it's almost half. So on the business side versus the personal side, immediately we see 50% decrease. A second example is the gold. The gold, right now the offer is at 60,000. That's a public offer. After spending 4,000 in 6 months, there's credits, $120 Uber, $120 in restaurants, $240 credits. The multipliers, there's a 4x on groceries and restaurants, 3x on travel, 1x on everything else. So the ROS is at 27%. On the second year and every year after, we see that we don't have the sign-up bonus. The credits are the same. There's no lounge access, no memberships. The multipliers are the same, and the return is 6%. Now, is 6% bad? Again, no. But we see how it drops, right? On the second year, actually, there's a very good offer on the business gold. We're looking at 80,000. 80,000 after spending only 6,000 in 3 months. That's very doable. That's much better than the platinum. 25% back points after you book directly with airliners. The platinum had 35%. The multipliers, we're looking at 4x on 2 categories of your liking. I chose gas and restaurants, but there's also internet and online services, among others. So yeah, I mean, but these are the best. These are the ones that I would use. We're looking at 25% return on spend, and this is almost the same as the personal, which is great to see. But on the second year, we are looking at only 4%, because honestly, once you take out the sign-up bonus, that 4x on the 2 categories is not gonna cut it. What gives value, a lot of value to American Express credit cards is the credits, and we don't have them here. So we dropped to 4%. 4%, guys, is only 2/3 of the 6%. So yeah, long term doesn't really make sense. If you had to choose only one of the two, I would go for the personal. This is a credit card that would probably get the business in the future, just for the sign-up bonus, but then I wouldn't keep it. And one last example from Chase. We have the new Chase Sapphire Preferred versus the Ink Preferred. We're looking at the personal side. We're looking at the Sapphire Preferred, 100,000 after spending 4,000 in 3 months. Again, very doable. You should go really jump on this offer if you can, if you're under 524. 12 months Dash Pass, DoorDash. I mean, okay, that's your thing. Lounge access, there's none. Multipliers, 5x on travel through the portal, 3x on dining, 3x on streaming, 3x on groceries online, 2x on travel, 1x on everything else. Here we have a very, very decent return. That's 38%. We're looking at a credit card that's only $95 a year, guys. So this is an amazing return. On the second year, we're looking at the 5%. We don't have the sign-up bonus, obviously. We only have that $50 hotel credit through the portal. So we're looking at 5%. That's very close to the 6% of the gold. And this is much more flexible in my opinion, because this doesn't include any credits. This is just from the points that you're earning. So it's much more certain that you will get this regardless. You know, you just need to spend the money that you would normally spend. You don't even have to use any credits. On the business side, we're looking at the Ink Preferred. We're looking at the 100,000 points, but with 15,000 spent in 3 months. Look at what difference this makes. We don't have the $50 hotel credit, and the return is only 14%. This is like a third. we're looking at a third of what the personal is offering. Because part of the issue here is that, I guess it's not an issue, the Sapphire Preferred was upgraded so nicely. Like Chase finally did some really long needed upgrades on the Preferred. These multipliers that they gave the Preferred are bringing the credit card so much higher. And we don't have that on the ink side. The only multiplier that is very useful for me, in my opinion, is the travel and maybe the phone. But you cannot have a phone bill that will have that's so big that will impact everything. Moving on the second year, we're looking that everything is the same, and the return is only 2%. And again, less than half. It's actually 2.5 times less than the personal side. So yeah, numbers don't lie. This is not against business credit cards. As we saw with the gold, especially for the first year with the current offer, it makes sense 100%. It would always make sense, in my opinion, to get them if you can hit the minimum spend. But the first obstacle you have is the high spending limit that they require. So that is an issue. Most of us cannot hit 15,000 in 3 months unless you're buying a house or something and whatever. The second issue I see is that you could direct all that spending in other credit cards and hit multiple sign-up bonuses. You can get the Sapphire Preferred, you can get the Platinum, you can get the City Premier. So all of a sudden you're sitting on about 300,000 points for 3 different card issuers. You can use those points and get much more value than just one of those credit cards, especially when we're talking the Platinum business or the Ink Preferred. If you're done with every other credit card issuer, you know you cannot get any other credit cards, then yeah, why not? I would jump on a business credit card this way, but I would not spend 15,000 to get a sign-up bonus that's only a fraction of my spending. There are better examples that would probably make you go to business credit cards. A good example of that is the American Express Business Plus, but that gives 2x on everything, but doesn't have any sign-up bonus. Doesn't have also an annual fee. That's a no-brainer. We talked about this one in another video. But let me know if you have any business credit cards. How do you use them? How do you like them? And if you're planning to get more. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, ciao.